Hello, I'm Ajay Wasan, and thanks for interviewing today. I know it's a challenge because this is the first time we're actually doing all of this remotely. And as most of you know, starting in March, pain care was really reinvented in this country very quickly. We all quickly shifted to telemedicine, and even now when we're shifting back to doing more visits in person and starting to do procedures again, a lot of the telemedicine innovations are going to remain. And here at the University of Pittsburgh, we've actually been one of the leaders in changing pain care in this country. I'm president also of the American Academy of Pain Medicine, and we put out several national guidelines in the past couple months about how to reinvent pain care. And that's all based on what we do here at the University of Pittsburgh, because we really pride ourselves on being innovative and taking innovative approaches to pain care. So what we do here is we take the philosophy of providing high quality, multidisciplinary, and multimodal pain education and pain treatment very seriously. And so we've created systems where we can get a complete assessment using patient-reported outcomes, where patients on an iPad, for example, fill out surveys, a very extensive battery at every single visit. They can also do it at home through email. So if it's a telemedicine visit, and we use that in combination with a multimodal treatment plan to really make a comprehensive treatment approach for every patient. That might include physical therapy, psychology, it can include medications, and then of course includes all the appropriate use of procedures. And we can do all of that very efficiently and at a very high quality level. And so when fellows come here, what I tell them is that our philosophy is to emphasize comprehensive assessment of multimodal pain care. And you get training in using all those modalities, which is really unique because we have a psychologist, we have a psychiatrist, we have physical therapy and occupational therapy built in to our clinics. We also do some addiction medicine that's built in our clinics as well. And all of that is on top of all the typical and traditional procedures we would do for pain. So that when you come to the University of Pittsburgh, what happens is you get plenty of training in all of the routine injections, such as epidurals or radiofrequency lesioning or joint injections. And you also get training in the advanced procedures such as spinal cord stimulators or intrathecal pumps. And that's what makes us unique. We're really able to offer the whole spectrum of pain care and training for fellows in the whole spectrum of pain care at many different hospitals, which each provide a slightly different patient population and a slightly different approach overall to a comprehensive pain treatment plan. So I would say those are the highlights of really coming here as a pain fellow, and you'd really be on the cutting edge of education as well as pain care delivery. And of course, all the research we do. We are one of the leading centers in the country for NIH funding for pain care. There are several national trials that our faculty are principal investigators of that we're conducting now. So we think we have a very vibrant environment, and we hope that you'll join us. Thank you.
We have put together a short virtual tour of many of the clinical sites within the UPMC system where the fellows will rotate during the course of the program. The rotations are typically from 4 to 8 weeks at each clinical site. This is the clinic at the Falk Medical Building. This building is adjacent to UPMC Presbyterian, which we call Presby, located in Oakland, which is the largest hospital within the UPMC system. It's a relatively new facility, and you will primarily work with the program director, Dr. Trent Emmerich, during this rotation. We use Epic for outpatient care and Cerner for inpatient care. Center Commons, located in Shadyside, is the primary facility for the Division of Chronic Pain within the Department of Anesthesiology. 4 months of your training is spent here between 2 clinical sites. Additionally, didactics and grand rounds are also here weekly. The next clinic is located at UPMC St. Margaret, which is about 4.5 miles from Center Commons, located in Aspinwall. During this 2-month rotation, you'll probably be working with Drs. Brancalini and Alter. You will also work with Dr. Brancalini during the fellowship on your pediatric rotations at Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. The next clinical site is in Monroeville, Dr. Chin's clinic. This is about a 10-mile drive from Center Commons. During this 2-month rotation, you'll typically spend Tuesdays through Thursdays here at Oxford Drive and perform procedures on Mondays and Fridays at UPMC East, seen here, and also UPMC McKeesport. Two additional clinical sites where the fellows will rotate include UPMC Mercy, located near downtown Pittsburgh, and also UPMC Passavant, which is located in the suburbs north of Pittsburgh.
Hi there, my name is Brandon Staub. I'm one of the pain medicine fellows. Welcome to your virtual interview day here at UPMC. I not only am doing my pain fellowship training here, but I also did my anesthesiology residency training at UPMC. I live in Highland Park, which is a historic neighborhood northeast of downtown Pittsburgh by about 20 minutes. It's close to the Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium as well as Highland Park. It's centrally located to most of our clinic sites. Most of the commutes are around 10 to 15 minutes. The longest commutes are about 20 to 25 minutes, and those are to our Monroeville and Passavant locations respectively. One of the questions you might have is, what is the fellowship atmosphere like here at UPMC? And I would say that the atmosphere is one of the greatest strengths of the program. The faculty and the staff and my co-fellows have all been great to work with over the course of the year and have all been easily accessible and supportive and approachable. When I'm not busy with work, I enjoy being outside, and there are a number of different outdoor activities in Pittsburgh and the surrounding area. There are a variety of urban and suburban parks as well as state parks within a short drive of the city. A little further away from the city is Ohiopyle State Park. That's about an hour-and-a-half drive away, and that's a great place for whitewater rafting and kayaking and hiking and cycling. And speaking of cycling, there are a number of cycling options in and around the city. There are a number of rails to trails in the area, and including the Great Allegheny Passage and C&O towpaths that allow you to basically ride from Pittsburgh to Washington, D.C., which is about a 325-mile one-way trip. So anyway, I hope that you find your interview day to be a positive one. If you have any questions that you didn't have a chance to ask, or you need any clarification on anything, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Take care and be well.
Hi, I'm Marissa Pavlinich. I'm one of the chronic pain medicine fellows this year, and I trained in physiatry at UPMC before starting fellowship. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about what it's like to live east of the city, as well as my impression of pain fellowship so far. So I live in Forest Hills, which is a neighborhood that's towards Monroeville, so through the Squirrel Hill tunnels. It is about 30 minutes during rush hour from any of our clinic locations, aside from being closer to 40 minutes from Passavant. And it's a great place to live if you're looking for a home and you want to live in a neighborhood with more of a suburban feel that's really walkable. If you're interested in living in an apartment or a little bit of a smaller space, Squirrel Hill is another great place to consider. There are a lot of historic homes in that area. Frick Park is located within Squirrel Hill, and there are some great places to eat in Squirrel Hill. So it's not too far from Shadyside, and it's a little bit closer to the city than Forest Hills. I wanted to also tell you a little about my experience in fellowship. So far my experience has been very positive. I really enjoy doing the variety of procedures that I've had exposure to during fellowship. We have a wide range, including some abdominal and facial pain procedures that you may not get exposure to in other places, and attendings give you a lot of hands-on time with procedures, so you can feel pretty comfortable by the time you're ready to graduate. Another thing that's nice about our fellowship is we spend about a month or two with each attending, and that gives you exposure to a lot of different practice styles, so you can better define what you want to do when you're an independent practitioner. I wanted to tell also a little bit about our call schedule. We take call roughly every 5 weeks or so, and half of those calls are actually compensated. So that's a new thing that the fellowship started based off of fellow feedback about 2 years ago. And it allows you to feel like you're getting a little bit of a bonus with some of the calls, or potentially sell call to PAs or other fellows if they're interested in taking your call. So we usually have on average about 8 to 10 consults per weekend. You rarely get more than 10, and some weekends are very light. And we cover 3 different hospitals. You just go to see whichever hospitals have consults on any given day. So often you're not going to all 3 hospitals both days. The call generally doesn't feel overwhelming. You're not busy the whole day, both days that you're on call typically. And you have good support from attendings and potentially other fellows if questions come up during the call. So if you have any questions about our fellowship, we're happy to answer those for you. We hope you have a really positive remote interview experience, and good luck with your decision.
Hey guys, my name is Ankur Patel. I'm one of the current chronic interventional pain fellows here at UPMC, and I am anesthesia trained. I did my anesthesia residency at NYU and then moved here to Pittsburgh for interventional pain. And I will say I hadn't been to Pittsburgh before my interview here, but I have very, very positive experience from my time here. I'm currently living in Shadyside neighborhood, which I had heard from people that are from Pittsburgh. This is a great location to live, and I completely concur. There's walkable restaurants, grocery stores, and it's a great central location to all the clinics that we have. Concerning UPMC pain department, I feel like I've gained great experience in a variety of procedures ranging from head and neck, joint injections, all the possible spinal injections that we do, RFAs, and epidurals, cervical, lumbar, you name it, facets. So you really leave here feeling really comfortable, and I feel comfortable going off into my private practice in a few months and starting on my own. So I think that you would gain a lot of great clinical knowledge, but also interventional skills coming to UPMC, and I have nothing but positive things to say. And I hope you guys do as well. All right, thanks, bye.
Hey everyone, I'm Justin. I'm one of the chronic pain fellows. I'm also PM&R trained. I was fortunate enough to train here at UPMC as well. I continue my training here. I just thought I would give you a kind of a brief overview of some of the suburban places to live. I am from the Pittsburgh area, and we've lived up in the north part of the city, which is, and at least our area is called Wexford, but there's plenty of other communities up north. What I like about, some of the communities up here is that, they're great school districts. I have 4 kids, so we really need to take advantage of the schools, and we have not had any disappointments at all with the quality of education and the opportunities for access to do things with the family. We're fortunate enough that there's actually a very large park up in the north part of the city called North Park. It's over a 3,000-acre park that we do lots of activities there, from boating to paddleboarding to running trails to outdoor trails to mountain biking. There's a lot of things to do. If you're not living in kind of the city confines. Typically for me, my commute can vary. For most of the rotations, I can be, at our sites in, 25 to maybe 35 minutes. There is one rotation we have to do, which is in Monroeville, which is a little bit of a trek for me. It's about a 45-minute drive for me. But, considering most places and communities where you are coming from, I'm sure these commute times aren't unrealistic. There's plenty of cultural things here in the area as well, especially if you're interested in the suburbs. In the south part of the city, there's a lot of good communities as well, Mount Lebanon and Upper St. Clair, so other great areas that people can live with families, or even folks that just want to have more of a suburban life. I don't think there's anything you wouldn't be able to find in the Pittsburgh area. We have a great food scene, good shopping. There's plenty of outdoor activities. So I would say this is a great place to train, but it's also a great place to live. Okay, look forward to seeing you. Best of luck. You'll make the right decision of where you want to be. Trust your gut, and I wish you all the best. Okay.
Hi, I'm Alyson Engle, one of the chronic pain fellows here at UPMC. I moved from Baltimore, so it was really nice to be in Pittsburgh and have great opportunities to do outdoor sports, some indoor sports. I found Pilates, hot yoga, spin cycle classes, solid core, all those sorts of things that you can find to do in Pittsburgh. So it's a cool city. But the main thing that really brought me to UPMC was the people. It's a huge organization, so you definitely get your numbers, but the leadership was impressive from top down. The chairman to the program directors to each of the attendings and all of my co-fellows have been very supportive, open, welcoming, approachable, understandable, and I've really enjoyed my time with them. You can't find a better place to work when you have great culture and great team players to get through the day. The other thing I really liked about UPMC is it's large enough for 8 to 9 co-fellows in you to get all your procedures no matter what happens. Even in like the COVID situation, we've been able to easily get our numbers and still get our training in each of the procedures that we want to. You can reach out and work with different neurosurgeons if there's certain procedures you want to do advanced procedures on, and you even get to go to Children's Hospital. So it does bring a good set of diversity to the training. I really liked that it was very well balanced from an academic and private practice standpoint, all in one fellowship. So you get to go to a lot of the hospital sites that have an academic focus, as well as going to several different private practice clinics around the city and learn more efficiency or different types of approaches to a lot of the procedures. So it's been a great experience for me so far. I've loved it. I'm sure they would love to have you as part of the family, and I wish you all the luck on your interview day.
Hey everyone, my name is Neeraj and I'm one of the current fellows. I want to welcome you, and I hope that you've been able to learn a lot about our program so far. First, a little bit about me. Prior to moving up to Pittsburgh, I grew up and did all of my training, including anesthesia residency, in the Southeast. So I really didn't know what to expect with moving up to Pittsburgh, but I'm really happy I did, and I've really enjoyed the city. Pittsburgh is a great town with a lot of big city amenities without being too overwhelming. I've also had a really positive experience with the fellowship. Not only have I gotten a lot of exposure to a wide variety of pain conditions and treatment options, but also to multiple different practice styles to be able to adapt and develop how I want to practice in the future. We also have very supportive faculty members who always have our best interests in mind. They put a lot of effort into our clinics as well as our didactics to make sure that we get a full, well-rounded experience, as well as really develop our knowledge and skill set to be as successful as possible in the future. Overall, I'm very happy with my decision to come here for fellowship and the training I've received. If you guys have any questions or any other concerns, please let us know. And I wish you the best of luck with the rest of the process.
Hi everyone, I'm Hayden Hundley. I'm also one of the fellows. I'm originally from Alabama, as you may tell, and did my anesthesiology training here at UPMC prior to starting the fellowship. I've had an overwhelmingly positive experience both training UPMC and living in Pittsburgh. I truly believe that Pittsburgh has something for everyone, regardless of your background, whether you're single, married, with children. I really think that anyone can find a niche and make them a good fit here. I've put together some videos and pictures, mostly that I've taken during my time here, to show you some of the things that really made me love Pittsburgh.
My first trip to Pittsburgh was when I was visiting for my UPMC interview for residency. I vividly remember being surprised as I exited the Fort Pitt Tunnel and saw the amazing skyline of downtown Pittsburgh. There really is no other place that has an entrance to the city like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh truly is a beautiful city. It's changed significantly in the past 20 years, and there are many more young professionals here with a large influence of healthcare, UPMC, finance with PNC, and technology with Carnegie Mellon and Google. There's a very diverse culture among the different neighborhoods. There's great architecture, a lot of hometown pride, and there's always a lot of great things to do. There are 4 distinct seasons, and it's easy to find something to do when it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, like hanging out at Frick Park on Frick Fridays, going hiking, biking, kayaking, taking your pet for a walk around Shadyside, and in the winter, going skating at the ice rink downtown. From a cultural and fine arts standpoint, there's always something to do, especially at places like Heinz Hall with the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. It really is an understatement of the eclectic mix of different plays, shows, and concerts that I've seen while in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh loves food. The food here is incredible. They have a ton of festivals for a large variety of things, even pickles called Picklesburg. There's many fantastic local restaurants just unique to the area. You can have fine dining on Mount Washington and have a wonderful view of the city, see the fireworks on the 4th of July. There's also wonderful local hometown diners like Pamela's, which is President Obama's favorite breakfast. And lastly, I love sports. And Pittsburgh is a sports town. They even have Franco Harris there to greet you at the airport. Pittsburgh has a lot of hometown pride for the Steelers, the Pirates, and the Penguins, and it's truly fun events for all of them. The town gets into it, and everyone's wearing their black and gold or black and yellow on game days, and Pittsburgh truly is a fun sports town.
Well, thank you all for visiting with us today. We hope you have a wonderful experience with the rest of your visit. Please reach out to any of us if you'd like more information about the program. We hope that you all stay safe and well, and best wishes and good luck in the future.